took a mobile-first design with this solution by looking at how people interact and where they are, all the different circumstances, and we said, you know what, how do we help people stay more connected in the moment? How do we help them stay on top of their day? And so our whole user interface is designed around that, getting stuff done. Let's take a look.
Excellent. So let's get into the mobile demo. So here you can see my iPhone, and it works pretty much the same on Android. And you can see my Avaya Equinox application. The first thing I like to do is move the application down into my main toolbar area, because this is my go-to application. So now as I navigate my app, I can always access my Equinox experience. So I'm going to go ahead and start the application. And the first thing that happens is you notice that it's prompting you to allow access to certain things like notifications, microphone, calendar, contacts. Later on, it's actually going to ask me for video as well once I start using the camera. Of course, I'm going to accept our user license agreement and get going. Now, the first step is that it asks you to enter your email address, and I'm going to go ahead and type that in. And what this is doing is it's saying, okay, where can I go and get the configuration information for this user automatically, so they don't have to enter any information manually. Of course, if you want to, if you're not set up for this, you can do it manually by tapping the gear icon. But this is obviously recommended because mobile users expect a very a magical experience. In our case, we have different profiles set up, so I'm going to go ahead and select our location. Most customers won't have that step. You know, it's just one place to go and access it. So next is you'll see that I'm prompted for my enterprise credentials. So what happened was the first step is I found the server on avaya.com, and now I'm going to connect to the server by entering my enterprise credentials. The server knows who I am, and it's going to pull all my configuration up automatically. Okay, so with my password in, I'm going to tap on next. And what's happening now is it's getting my personal configuration information. And of course, the app is loading. First thing I need to do here is accept this disclaimer about emergency calling. So I go ahead and do that. I'm presented with an in-app tutorial, and most of us just press skip, and then try to go and find the tutorial later. So in this case, I'm going to go through the tutorial real quick. And it's a nice introduction to the app, and you can go back and view it later. You'll notice, though, the application is fully running at this point. It has my profile information all populated in. You can see the chats that I have, the activity around. So Brad and Kirk, for example, sent messages to me. I have missed calls. All of that information followed me. Even my presence is up to date there. So let me just start by saying that this is the main page that we have. It's called Top of Mind, and this Top of Mind page, you can actually personalize it by tapping on the Top of Mind icon itself, and I can configure the calendars, and I can even go into this modified view by selecting Top of Mind, turning the Top of Mind view off. And when I do that, the UI looks more like a traditional endpoint. This is very useful actually for tiled floor applications, so people that are not really calendar driven. They want access to their dial pad, their contacts, as well as their messages and their directory search. So for me personally, I'm more of a knowledge worker, so I like the Top of Mind on. I'll go back into the calendar view. And so the intent here is how do we keep people more effective by providing an action-oriented user interface. So these are the next meetings that I need to be in. These are recent chat information, recent call history, voicemail, access to the directory, so I can go ahead and search in the directory. And I can even while I'm doing my directory search here, you can see that I have quick actions, so I can slide that over and initiate a call or a voice call, a video call, or send a chat. If I want to, I can tap on the full contact that provides me additional information about the contact. So full contact integration, which is very common. I also have a dial pad here that I can tap on. I can bring that up. You know, if you remember the number that you're calling, that's very handy. Of course, you can make point-to-point voice and video calls here. So let me go back to the main view. You'll notice that there's a menu icon with the three lines, and so I can tap on that, or if I want, I can pull the menu out just by sliding to the left of the application. And from here I can switch views. I can go into my contacts view, my call history view, my meetings view, my messages view. If I have other calls that I want to move from devices to device to device, like active meetings for example, or an active call, they also appear here, so I can go ahead and easily move my calls around. Okay, so in this scenario, I'm going to join a meeting, discuss web design, hosted by Brad Black, and includes one other person. So let me tap to Equinox client is getting me all set up. You'll notice that in this case, the video is paused by default. We do that when you're on a smartphone, and we do so that the camera is not pointing around in all directions, so you make other people on the bridge dizzy. So here I am. I'm in my video call, and I can adjust my self view around. I can check out the roster. I have my roster controls, and so I can manage my meeting quite effectively. You can see here that Brad started to share some content, so the content appears in the top portion of the screen with the video remaining on the bottom. And so we're reviewing the new web design for the Avaya Equinox launch and the Equinox experience, and everything looks great. Of course, there's one question that I need to answer. We all face this, and so in our multitasking selves, I'm going to go ahead and switch over to my contacts page, and I need to find Kirk and ask him a quick question. So let me go ahead and switch to contacts, and I'm going to find Kirk. So this is going to go ahead and search all of my contact information that I have. There he is. And so I can select the full contact card or just slide over to the right, send Kirk a quick message, hey. And by the way, while I'm doing that, you'll notice that I have this control. And so what this allows me to do is if Brad asks me a question, I can just simply go off mute and answer him, and then go back on mute. And I can also see the content adjusting in the meeting. So if there's something that looks important, I can just one tap go back into the meeting. So that's the multitasking nature, and with that mute button and the content slider that follows you around your application, so that you can stay very effective in the meeting. And the last thing that I wanted to show you just quickly is that I also have moderator controls. So I can go into the controls here, move my slider around again. Oh, Brad asked me another question. I can go off mute and answer him. I'm able to do all my moderator controls in here. So for example, turn on recording, so that we can save this meeting, post it to our library, download it in MP4, or we can share it directly from a web page to help other people get caught up. And you'll notice as well there's a little red icon on the meeting indicating that it's being recorded for participants. And so that's a very common workflow. We'll end this meeting, and I'll show you another workflow. I'm just going to switch back to my top of mind page, and here we go for the next workflow. In this scenario, I'm going to show the persistent messaging capabilities of the client. And so you can see I've got an updated message here from Brad Black, so I'm going to go ahead and tap on that. Now the beauty of the persistent messaging is that I don't have to be online, and this all of my clients get updated automatically. And this also works for multi-party, like a group chat. And so what I have here is a conversation that we've have ongoing, so I can go ahead and reply to him. I think what I'll do is I'll just give him a couple thumbs up, and away we go. If I wanted to, of course, I can attach additional media from my camera. I can embed new audio, video, so on and so forth. And I was so impressed with that, actually, I need to call him right away. And so you can see the icons on the top, voice and video. So I'm going to start a point-to-point video call. So one tap, and I pick the contact information from, and away we go. We'll see if Brad answers. Hey, how's it going, Brad?
Great.
Awesome. Just wanted to thank you for the message, and I look forward to talking to you about that further. We'll talk to you later, Brad. And go ahead and end that call with Brad. And that's the beauty, is that I can switch over to my desktop, my browser, any other application, and we can carry on that conversation. So this is a quick walkthrough of the mobile demo. Hope you enjoyed it, and please make sure to watch the next video where we're going to show the desktop version of this. Thank you very much, everyone.